Why am I poor? Understanding poverty and finding solutions. I never planned to be poor. Nobody does. Yet here I am, checking my bank account with that familiar knot in my stomach, wondering how I ended up in this situation while others around me seem to thrive effortlessly. The reality of being poor. Being poor isn't just about having less money. It's a weight that presses down on everything I do. When my car makes a strange noise, I don't immediately think about fixing it. I calculate whether I can ignore it another month, what the repair might cost, and what happens if it dies completely and I lose my ability to get to work. This mental gymnastics happens before breakfast, and it's exhausting. Every decision becomes a high-stakes calculation. Do I buy the cheaper shoes that will wear out in 3 months? Or spend more on quality I can't really afford right now? Do I go to the doctor for this persistent pain? Or wait and hope it goes away? These aren't choices wealthier people face with the same intensity. Why poverty happens? Beyond simple answers. People love simple explanations. Poor people don't work hard enough. Poor people make bad choices. Poor people are lazy. These explanations are convenient for those who've never experienced real poverty, but they crumble under honest examination. I work hard. I've always worked hard. The difference is that my hard work doesn't compound into wealth the way it does for others. I didn't start with a safety net. When I fell, there was no family money to catch me, no connections to open doors, no inheritance to fall back on. The system itself keeps me poor in ways that aren't immediately obvious. That medical emergency without insurance didn't just set me back temporarily. It wiped out 2 years of careful saving in a single afternoon. When I needed to borrow money to fix my car so I could keep working, the only loans available came with predatory interest rates that would shock anyone with good credit. Being poor is expensive. Overdraft fees, late payment penalties, higher insurance rates, security deposits. Poverty charges a premium at every turn. Education was supposed to be my escape route. Instead, student loans became another anchor. The degree I worked so hard for hasn't opened the doors I was promised. Meanwhile, people who skipped college and learned trades are often earning more than me with no debt burden. The psychological trap. Poverty does something insidious to your thinking. Financial stress actually reduces cognitive function. Scientists have proven this. My brain is so occupied with immediate survival that long-term planning becomes nearly impossible. It's not that I lack intelligence or ambition. It's that poverty itself makes it harder to think your way out of poverty. This creates a vicious cycle. I'm too stressed to make optimal decisions, which keeps me poor, which creates more stress. The mental energy required just to stay afloat means I have less capacity for the strategic thinking that could improve my situation. There's also shame. Our culture treats poverty as a moral failure, so I hide my struggles. I turn down social invitations I can't afford and make excuses. This isolation cuts me off from networks that might lead to opportunities. Real solutions that actually work. Face the numbers. The first step is brutal honesty. I need to write down every debt, every expense, every dollar coming in and going out. The numbers will be frightening, but I can't fight what I won't acknowledge. This clarity, painful as it is, shows me exactly where I stand and what I'm working with. Build momentum with small wins. I won't escape poverty overnight, and accepting this is strangely freeing. Instead of overwhelming myself with impossible goals, I focus on achievable targets. Can I save $15 this week? Can I reduce one monthly expense by 10%? Can I sell something I don't use? These small victories prove that change is possible and build the confidence. I need to tackle bigger challenges. Increase income aggressively. Cutting expenses only goes so far when you're already living on the edge. I need to make more money, which requires creativity and courage. This might mean asking for a raise even though it terrifies me, taking on side work, learning a marketable skill, or switching jobs despite the risk. Staying in a job that keeps me poor because it feels safe is actually the most dangerous choice. The gig economy offers options. Driving for rideshare services, delivery work, freelancing online. These aren't perfect, but they add income streams without requiring me to quit my primary job. Every extra dollar is a small act of resistance against my circumstances. Learn from escapees. I study people who grew up poor and built stability. Not celebrities or lottery winners, but ordinary people who clawed their way up. What did they do? What mistakes did they avoid? What opportunities did they recognize? Their paths become templates I can adapt to my situation. Protect my mental health. Poverty wants me to surrender. It whispers that I deserve this, that I'm not capable of better, that trying is pointless. Fighting these thoughts matters as much as any budget spreadsheet. I find free ways to maintain hope: walking, meditation, library books, support groups, time with people who believe in me. Depression and despair are luxuries I can't afford. Transform my money relationship. Growing up poor taught me unhealthy money habits. When I get unexpected money, there's an urge to spend it. Immediately, because scarcity taught me that having nothing is normal. Breaking this pattern means learning to feel comfortable with savings, even small amounts. Money needs to become my tool rather than my master. Invest in myself strategically. Not all education is worth the cost, but some investments pay off. I research what skills are actually in demand and what programs have strong employment records. Free resources, library courses, YouTube tutorials, community programs provide knowledge without debt. A $50 online course that leads to freelance work is worth more than a $40,000 degree with no job prospects. Build community. Isolation makes poverty harder. Finding others who understand, whether online or locally, provides support and practical wisdom. Someone in my network might know about job openings, assistance programs, or strategies I haven't considered. We share information and encouragement. That helps all of us survive and eventually thrive. The unfair truth. Escaping poverty requires more effort, more sacrifice, and more resilience than it should. People born wealthy get to take risks with safety nets below them. They invest in long-term growth. They make mistakes without catastrophic consequences. I don't have those privileges, which means my margin for error is razor thin. But difficult doesn't mean impossible. It means I must be smarter and more strategic than someone who started with advantages. It means celebrating slow progress instead of despairing over the distance remaining. It means understanding that setbacks will happen and don't erase the ground I've gained. Moving forward. I am poor today. I don't have to be poor forever. This isn't naive optimism. It's strategic defiance. The system is stacked against me, but I still have agency within it. Every dollar saved, every skill learned, every connection made, every limiting belief challenged, these are rebellions against circumstances designed to keep me stuck. The path isn't easy or guaranteed, but it exists. Other people have walked it before me, and some of them started from even worse positions than mine. Their success doesn't guarantee mine, but it proves that escape is possible. What keeps me going isn't certainty of success. It's refusal to accept that my current circumstances define my future. Poverty may describe my present reality, but it doesn't describe my character, my potential, or my destination. Every day I work towards something better. I prove that I'm more than my bank balance.